Start recording. All right. Third time's a charm. 3, 2,
We're
1.
already rolling hundreds.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us again under the library. As always, we are continuing our Blood on the Rocks module, our adventures in the town of Bloodstone. As always, I'm your host. My name's Arthur. I am playing Harold. We once again have a full cast of investigators tonight. Rick is back from his trip. He's going to be playing Philip. Chris is Beau. Emily's Florence. Wayne is Quentin. Scott is playing Gawker. And our incredible keeper, as always, is Michael. Michael, take it away.
Thanks, Art. Welcome to the town of Bloodstone. We are a horror tabletop role-playing game, and as such, we have mature themes, even though they're often played by immature people. Some of those themes may include bodily horror, obscene language, and other things you might find
Cat
offensive. So if cat
balloon
butts
knots on
and-
cats.
and bloody arms aren't for you, please. I don't know. Don't go away. Go away. Whatever. I don't want to say that.
Let's make more cards.
We'll just keep rolling here. But anyway, we hope you'll join us. And with that, it's Emily with last week's episode recap.
Okay, so as we started last week, Beau had just heard a drunken statement from the square. Anyone want to model it for me so I could get the accent right?
I don't remember what the statement was.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your
Oh,
Huckleberry.
No. Just let Emily do it. Just let her.
No, I need the model.
I am indeed your Huckleberry.
Well, that's basically what I just said.
Actually, we need Art to do that line. Oh, your name. You need to rename your character.
Oh,
I can mimic, but I just can't do it
Oh,
on
yeah.
my own. So I guess I'll move on.
I'm your
I'm
Huckleberry.
your
There
Huckleberry.
you go.
Is that what you mean?
I'm your
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm Spartacus.
All right, so is it Jack Crab? Beau claims to instead be the ghost of Beau because, of course, Jack killed Beau in the past, or so he thinks. He kills time with this line of conversation till he's close enough, draws a shotgun and fires, and a body immediately flops to the ground. Gawker, observing, thinks he might have heard a very soft, "Don't shoot,"
I'm here.
but he's not sure. Yeah. Beau flips over the body. For a minute, the face looks unfamiliar to him, but then it looks clearly like Jack's face. And Gawker runs out, instead recognizes a man who works at the local stables. Jason Dudley. Gawker tries to speak reason to Beau, but Beau does not remember any of the events of the evening where he looked at the book and had the episode, and he's convinced that he has killed Jack. Jack comes to and cackles, "You're never getting your gold," and then clearly changes into a man that is unfamiliar to Beau. Red Wellerton shows up, the town physician and coroner. He is clearly drunk and kneels down, belches some whiskey fumes onto poor Jason, and Gawker helps him carry the body to Red's place, Red's Health Emporium. At this point,
Best name ever.
it is. At this point, they first start to cauterize the wounds, but then Gawker notices on the shelf Harold's fake coin detection and profit increasing device and suggests using it for a different function to first remove the buckshot before they cauterize the wounds. So they do this, and then Gawker agrees to Red's suggestion of a blood transfusion, which went just about as you might have expected. It was totally sanitary and safe.
Yeah. Don't forget there was like an hour of researching blood transfusions to
Yep.
see
Real
what
time.
was historically.
Well,
Of
you
all
know,
the
I
week
didn't take
for me
notes
not
on
to do-
that part.
um, uh, Rick, you should really go back and listen to it.
It's a good one.
It's incredibly accurate.
And very medically correct.
Yes.
Ish.
And Yaker tried really, really hard to slosh some whiskey onto the puncture point, but just wasn't meant to be. And afterwards, he lost a lot of blood, feels a little wobbly, woozy. And as he's leaving, Red says, "If that arm starts to smell funny, come back and see me." So Yaker leads an unresponsive Beau back into Seraphim Falls, sits him in a corner, takes the book and his gun, and goes to bed, having left a note on the door for the rest of the party to not disturb them because they really need to sleep. Because you may remember they left another note on Florence's shop saying, "Come find us." So Harold, Florence, and Quentin get back, find the note, find the other note, and also decide to go to bed. That night, Beau dreams of shooting Jack again and again and finding out he has shot people that were not Jack. And Quentin dreams of scenes of Melville, of battlefield medicine, of tentacles, otherworldly creatures, even the creature that had had possessed him. That's the word. Yep.
Held him
He-
gently.
Nailed it.
Heard him
popped
and
him
held
like a
Held his
baby.
mind.
He
Yes.
held him,
You got it.
and he was healed.
Florence tried to break the book language like a code, but she failed. She does see some pictures of a device with lightning bolts going towards humanoid figures, as well as elephants and weird tentacly fish and other things. And in the morning, Harold tries to wake Quentin. Quentin stayed with Harold, but he's in a stupor. Eventually, Yaker and Beau come to Florence's. Harold comes to Florence's. They end up trading information and then discussing what to do the next day. The options are go get the animals, according to Harold, search for the humans who were taken, according to Beau, visit my sister, according to Florence. And Quentin took a little side trip. He went to the general store. He needed some supplies. It is 5:30 a.m.
Dynamite. We all know he's going to blow up the house when we get there.
Well,
As long as the
5:30
animals are freed
a.m.
first.
shows up at Lloyd's store, feels a spooky sensation, but it's empty. He peeks through the glass and sees a pile of cats, 12 to 15 cats in a frenzy. Actually, 20 cats in a frenzy. Quentin enters, shoos the cats away, sees a corpse with many chunks out of its face, shredded clothes, exposed bone, and then throws some food and aspirin into a satchel he finds in the shop. He picks up his supplies,
Like you do.
like you do. And that's where we ended.
Yep. Good job there, Philip.
And it's very early in the morning. It's like just after sunrise.
Way to kill off our
5:30
favorite character.
a.m.. Yeah.
Did Quentin? We ended that. That's right, because we were a little bit later. Because I was gonna say, did he go get anyone or anything like that? I don't think so.
When
I
we
don't think
ended,
so.
you were just looting Lloyd's shop.
Okay,
Mhm.
sounds good.
So the rest of us are at
Potter's Place.
Florence at Potter's Place. Yeah.
And it's early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So we
Alright.
just need to get Phil and Quentin and figure out what we're going to do.
And have a massive
know where
debate on
Phil
where the hell we're
is.
going to go.
At this point, I'm so out of it that I'm willing to do whatever.
Well, Quentin would make haste back to where most everyone would be, which would be
Potter's Place.
Potter's Place, and I would say be trotting down the road with a brisk pace, and then as it got close, hollering, towards the place. It's early morning, but still giving a good holler. I said, there's a bit of an emergency over at the Lloyd's general store, and come banging on the door at Potter's Place to see if you guys were awake, because he wouldn't have known because he slept elsewhere.
Oh, how is old Floyd? Lloyd?
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
How is old Lloyd? My good friend.
Oh.
That lovely soul. Such a great fella, that Lloyd.
Well, Harold, I could tell you that he won't be talking your ear off, because the cats have chewed his ears off and everything else.
Lloyd?
He was turned into a large pile of meow mix. Yes. And I looked in the door and there was a ludicrously huge pile of cats. And I believe it's Lloyd. I went in, shooed them away, and there's a partly devoured corpse on the floor of the general store. I think we should head back for a bit of investigation, or I'm leaving it to you. I'm not quite sure what to do.
Harold would know him from the clothes he
I was gonna say,
wears.
I know he was your friend Harold, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was a good fella. If that's actually him, that's terribly sad. I think we should probably go make sure
I agree.
before we head over to the house to save the animals. That is.
It was a bit of a gruesome sight, and perhaps we can. Actually, does this town even
Should
have
we?
sheriff? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I don't know, but we should probably notify someone in town because
Yeah.
we don't want to be blamed for every murder that Quentin commits.
That's right.
Well, that's a good point there,
What
Bo.
we're hearing is you went there and another guy ended up dead.
Well,
I'll go get the sheriff.
Quentin's only done in one.
I'm just joshing you, Quentin.
How many has how many actually? How many have?
I almost killed a man last night, so I can't say nothing about that.
I was gonna say how many hobos have gone down in this one so far.
I think of in this group, I'm the only one who's free of any horrible violence against other humans.
Wait, Yocker had a fake fight sort of thing where he pulled a
I
punch.
punched someone.
What did
Mhm.
I do?
Well,
Lauren.
you almost killed Quentin there.
Well, I did not almost kill Quentin. We
There-
just
there's a-
spoke.
I mean,
There's a
in
whole
a
episode.
You locked
controlled
him in a
manner.
basement
There's
with
a
a
whole episode
monster.
named after it. It's called Murder by
I
Florence.
locked him in a
So
basement with something that was going to kill him.
I don't know there was anything in that basement
actually, I think
except for a very irrational man.
It's not like there were prairie dogs nibbling on his
right.
biceps.
Of all of us, you're the only one who's a documented murderer. It says right in the episode title, "Murder by Florence."
Cannot believe everything you read, says the
Yeah,
librarian.
yep.
Uh-oh.
Fake old Western news.
The group infighting starting.
So, Michael, I'm going to head over and get the sheriff.
Okay, the sheriff, his name is Bobby McGlynn. He's quite. Wait, actually, I just. Sorry, the sheriff. Scratch that. The sheriff's name is Henry Stone, and he's quite the revered lawman in these parts, and even a bit nationally. He's quite
Holy
well known
shit.
for how well he brings people to justice.
Wow. Well, thank God, Yaku, you kept that guy from dying. Hopefully, we're not sure yet.
Well, I did the best I could. All right, so I'm going to go get Henry.
Okay.
And in the
And-
meantime, I'm going to run over to Lloyd's and see
Yeah,
if I can find actual
I'll
Lloyd.
go with Harold over to Lloyd's. I said, I'll come to you, Harold. I don't want you to be distressed at the sight of your chewed up friend.
And immediately
Make
the
a-
party is split again.
Well,
Make
I'll
a
go-
stealth roll, Quentin.
A stealth roll.
You should be good at stealth, but make a stealth roll.
Actually, I'm super crazy good. Wow. 29. That's a hard success.
Okay, so there's quite the crowd gathering in front of Lloyd's store at this point by the time you return, and filled with lots of, oh my god, and there's also a few people running out with supplies, right? Like there's looters
Wow.
headed out the side of the shop as well, and some tussling and other things are starting to break out at the front of the general store.
Ooh, okay. So what was
Let
this?
me know how soon till I show up with Henry.
Yeah, Yaker, not too far. So you're basically, I mean, it's early in the morning, right? Still, so
Yeah,
you're,
I'm going to go up and bang on his door.
you're banging on, and
Whoa.
And then I'll actually yell for the crowd to clear the way. A friend of Lloyd needs to come through, and the town would know who Harold was, and I think Harold would be a respected citizen, wouldn't he be?
Well, he's kind of kooky.
Yep. A little kooky, but I do
Just
provide
a little
services
bit.
for folks, but I guess it would depend on the person.
he's a kindly sort. I don't think anyone would have any malice towards him, right?
Yeah, he
Sure.
certainly
Make a persuade roll.
Me
How
or
about-
Quentin?
Quentin. Quentin's the one yelling at the crowd.
Okay.
How about charm?
Sure, charm.
So an eloquent speech. Our good friend, Lloyd's good friend, Harold is on the way in. Please part the way. He needs to see his friend. Perhaps he could see him before he passes.
Might be a little late for that.
Yeah.
As the stink cloud comes rolling
Right.
out.
He's gonna have to pet one of the cats if he wants to get close to his friend again.
1 point from a hard success.
Okay, yeah. So as you go walking up, I mean, you know, they don't part the sea for you, but you're able to kind of nuzzle your way through the bodies in the doorway.
And I accompany Harold on the way, and I said, "I will wait for a dear friend coming through." And
And there's a man with a big lump of tobacco right in his cheek, standing over him and looking at him. And as y'all come up, he looks over at you and he says, "Whew, that's why you don't have cats in your house."
I said, "Do you know how many cats he had? Because that was an awful lot of cats that would have been doing this. Did he just have 1 or 2? Because it would have been odd to have a herd of cats."
Well, he had a whole bunch of them. So I'll go and shoo the cats away and see if anything about him looks familiar.
I mean, they're pretty aggravated and they don't
All right,
shoo
then,
away
then I'm
easily.
gonna fire my pistol into the.
No, grab a
into the ground.
pitchfork and just pitch him the hell out of there.
Pretend I'm cleaning out a horse stall,
Yeah.
Do we really want our show boycotted by PETA?
right? Now I'll fire my pistol
No
into the.
animals were harmed in the production of this episode.
Yep.
What's that?
I'm gonna fire my pistol into the floor. Where it's clearly not gonna hit anything. Really obviously, just like directly into the floor where there's nothing. But
Okay.
just I want to make a big loud noise to scare the cats away.
Okay. And what do you have with that? Do you have charm or something like that?
No, I'm not so good with
Persuade.
the social skills.
All right, make
is
a
there persuade? Yeah, I got no persuade.
I'll help
Okay.
him since I'm right there. I'll help you along, Harold, with whatever.
Firearms.
or just
yeah, but,
just use your firearms then,
Okay.
and we'll see how effective it is.
Okay.
It won't be for hitting the right spot. It'll just be for its effectiveness.
yeah, it's a success.
All right, cool. So you fire off into the floor there, and the cats, they hiss at you a couple more times, but then they scurry away from you into the back parts. You can see them kind of sitting on sacks of grain and up on shelves, and they're really all of their muzzles are just covered in blood, and
Gross.
some of them have like
Yeah.
little intestines in their ear, and
there's
there's
one of them
there's-
has an eyeball dangling from its
Oh, that'd be
fang.
and they're sitting on the tops of the feed, and they're licking their paws, the blood off their paws, and they're just staring at you like waiting for their little meat sandwich to be available again. That's right, I said meat sandwich.
There's gonna be one nasty, dirty cat box after this.
Mm-hmm.
Keeper,
So
you are
is
such
there
a dick.
is there anything that is recognizably Lloyd?
Make
Clothing, hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
his face is pretty much all gone, but his hair's there. And Floyd kind of had this really pretty distinguishable flop. You heard me? I told you. It was kind of this flop of hair that went over the top.
like a
and,
Trumpian thing.
No, it's more
Not quite that
just-
bad.
No, it's just like it was quite full, but he always tried to style it a little bit.
Okay.
And so you're pretty sure that that's him.
Okay.
Let me cut over to Scott
Yeah, go for
or
it.
Yaker while you're thinking about what you want to do.
Yep.
So Yaker, door opens and Yaker, the hell can I help you with this early?
Hey, Henry. Sorry to disturb you, but I think Lloyd over at the store got ate by his cats.
You sound funny. You all right there, Yaker?
Yeah, I've had a rough couple days, man.
And by the way, as your walk over there, your arm is sore. No, where you
Yeah,
had
no,
your
no shit.
yeah,
How's
where you
it
had
smell?
your
Oh, that's right.
So
wait,
I
did you
my
say
friend Quentin came over. A guy gotten to know we're inspecting all the mysteries around town, and turns out, I guess, Lloyd got killed or something, and his cats is eating him.
oh shit, Lloyd's dead?
Lloyd's
Some
dead.
bitch.
Oh
He ain't
my
no some bitch.
my God,
He's a good
Yocker,
man.
that is the best Western accent you've done yet.
Yeah.
That is such a good one. If you feel like sticking in one, that would
Oh,
be
no,
good.
it's actually a little too good. It's messing me up because I'm like,
Oh.
oh damn, his is so good. He sounds like more of the lawman than I do. And
I was gonna say he's not Yocker anymore.
He's got the gravel better.
Maybe that could be your next character.
Yeah,
Gravelly,
once
gravelly
Yakur
Jim.
gets killed off.
Yeah, it'll morph into like a German guy at some point, though. You just won't be able to hold it.
it'll
Yeah,
get squeaky in about 30
Ultimately,
seconds.
it'll drift into Beagle.
Right.
I was gonna say
Yes.
eventually I'll become Beagle Heather Toes.
You get a really good gravelly, nasty voice when you drink Tab.
All right. Let me put my pistols on, and you want to wait for me, or you want me to just meet you over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna head on over and see if they need anything. You just meet us on over.
All right. Thanks for letting me know.
You got it.
Hey, Yocker,
Yeah.
you hear anything about a shooting downtown last night?
Oh yeah. My friend Beau got into it with what's the guy's name?
Jason.
Jason
My
Dudley.
friend got into it with Jason, and I think it was all them crazy attacks last night. He got messed up in the head or something. But I helped the doctor. We saved him.
Doc says he ain't sure if he gonna make it or not.
Well, he better make it. I gave him my blood.
And he's looking you over and he says, "It's pretty nasty looking bruise on your arm."
Man, it's not a blues. That goddamn doctor put a needle in me and sucked the blood out, put it into him just to keep him alive.
Yocker, god damn, for somebody so smart, you are stupid. You let that doctor put a needle in your arm?
I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't want him to die.
All right. This Beau, he a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Just I think he got freaked the hell out with them crazy things attacking the town last night.
Yeah, well, Jason was a good guy too.
Yeah,
You don't
he
pull
was.
through, Beau's gonna have to make an accountant for this.
Yeah, he's a good man. He'll make an accountant for himself. He never had from nothing.
All right. I'll see you over at Lloyd's.
See you there.
All right, back to y'all.
We
Back to
gotta
Lloyd's.
get Phil into this.
Who?
We don't even know where Phil is.
Who? He says.
Someone someone just yell, Phil! Phil,
We've
where the
lost
hell are
track
you?"
of Phil.
Oh, you mean Daniel Boone's head? All right.
I'll go off in search of Phil. I'll just, head to, wander around town, see if I see him, camping with a little sterno fire next to a building or something.
Who's
Well,
that
Beau, I'll
stupid?
come with you.
Oh no, he also
We
spent
sh-
some time. He slept in a stable once. Maybe we should check out the stable.
Yeah. So do you go over to the stables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would see Phil. He looks rough, like he had a rough night. Shirt's undone. He's standing there with his hand against the stable post, and I've got like a little tin of coffee, and I'm just taking a sip, and I'm swishing it around. I'm spitting it out. I'm taking another swig, and I'm drinking that one. And like, Beau, where the hell have you been? Rough
Well,
night, am I right? Oh
Rough
man,
night, Florence. You want to tell him? And we tell you everything that you missed in the last
Phil,
two sessions.
what's happening to your face there, friend?
What are you talking about? You're talking about this thing around my lips?
You
This
look a
over here?
little bruised,
Yeah,
shaded,
something happened. Let's not talk about
stained.
it. People keep talking about it. It's I don't really want to get into it because it doesn't really matter. Some guy with his gun it left a little bruise, maybe some sort of metal thing there on my lips. I don't
Does
know.
it hurt?
No, it's a little numb at times, but alcohol fixes that up, no problem. So anyway, what was that loud sound just a few minutes ago? It sounded like a gunshot or something.
No, that was last night.
Oh,
Oh no,
No,
you're
just
talking
now.
about. Oh yeah. Yeah, it came from the Lloyd's place.
no,
Oh,
gosh.
Lloyd is
What's
dead.
Lloyd getting up to? He's dead?
Yep, they found him with a pile of
They
cats
found a
chewing on him.
body. I hope it wasn't Lloyd.
Oh yeah, they were going to see if it was Lloyd,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He owned a bunch of cats.
Oh, that's probably Lloyd. Well, it was probably that fucker Pete the Poet. Lloyd was doing a little reconnaissance and I think he was spying on him. And
You say Lloyd was spying on Pete? Why would he do that?
Yeah, he
we
was,
were best friends, you see, and he's doing it as a favor for me. And he could be a little long-winded, but he was true friend to the end. We were best friends. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Yeah. So let's go. I can probably tell you if it's his body or not, and we'll have to figure out who's going to foster all of his cats. That's gonna be good.
It was a really short subplot, and it'd be a great barbecue.
Oh,
So presumably we're close to the site as we make our way in. Do I recognize this as Lloyd's remains?
Well, there's still a flock of people crowding the door, and half gawkers and half looters.
Oh, well, I'll just yell out, "Hey, all you looters, drop your shit!" And I'm gonna fire a shot into the air and say, "That is Lloyd's property and his supplies. And if I see another one of you scumbags taking another one of his cans of beans, we're gonna have some words." And I'll sort of
All right,
Bill comes in hot.
yeah,
Mhm.
make a persuade roll on that fire. Feel the need to talk while y'all roll dice.
well, that's a 66. That's not a success.
Okay, then everybody just kind of stares at you and keeps carrying shit out.
All right.
Oh, that's
Well-
crazy Phil. Yeah, that's crazy Phil. All right, ain't gonna do nothing to us.
Okay. Well, I'll aim at the foot of one of the looters.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Because obviously murder is better than looting.
I love
Here we
this.
go.
All right,
Love
make a
it.
firearm roll on that one.
Hope you make it.
I got a 1.
Nice.
We-
I see.
Phil.
Oh,
Daniel Boone.
We're just
Daniel
gonna have
Boone's-
to take your
Yeah.
word for it.
No,
we-
there you go.
Yep.
We
that's
believe
official.
you. It's Daniel Boone's nipples. All right. Roll for damage,
Oh,
and then
God.
roll a second time. I'll give you double damage on this one.
Oh gosh. Let me see here.
On the ground?
What's
No,
that?
he shot at a person.
No, he shot at the ground near someone's feet.
No. He shot
a
at
He shot at a
the
person.
What?
person. Yeah.
I shot someone's
Because
foot.
I'm
Who on earth would do that?
Florence has stepped away from Philip.
Yeah, I also am
Florence is like, who did I ally myself
I'm-
with?
slowly drifting away.
Florence is really hoping Quentin will come back soon.
Starting to
Flo-
look
Florence.
pretty good.
Florence is like, why do everybody I meet in this place just kill everybody?
And I say, Florence, I'm going to go check on that feller I shot. He's weighing heavy on my conscience.
Nick,
Quentin's feeling downright stable.
Okay, I'll come with you, Bo.
That's what I was hoping. Yeah, I was hoping having
Yeah.
someone with me might help out.
are you having problems adding up your d6s? What's going on over there?
No, I thought it's 3d6, then you said to roll it twice, so I think I got 25.
Okay,
Wow.
fantastic. So you shoot,
my
and
God.
what kind of caliber are you shooting with?
What did you? It was what
It's
Bo sent
It's
me
a
last
powerful rifle.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Winchester repeating rifle.
time. Yeah.
Oh, this
I
is your
think it's,
rifle. Holy
yeah.
shit! This is like from 10 feet away. All right, so yeah, you hit him with the rifle, and I mean he's like instantly yakker bait. I mean he's done for. His
Oh man.
his
Docker
head just,
bait.
his head just kind of pops out the back and explodes against the wall.
I
Okay.
went for his foot. I don't know what you're doing.
people here? Who's killed the most people here?
Wait, but he rolled a 1. Wouldn't that mean he hit the foot?
Oh wait, you were. I never heard you say you aimed for the foot.
He aimed for the
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
Huh.
no
I gotta
he-
say
and he
though,
hit-
with a
and he
roll like that, he's got
hit
1
in-
foot less.
Is there an artery in the foot?
Big arteries are higher
Well,
up.
so if you roll a 1, then you get to decide. Are you trying to seriously wound him? Are you trying? What are you trying to do with that?
Yeah,
shot?
I mean, I'm trying to hit the foot effectively, and a non-lethal shot is what my goal was here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he
Then-
ain't got no foot no more.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just hanging on by the Achilles tendon. That's all that's there. It's just kind of flapping along like underneath the leg. But and he goes right down. Oh fuck! And his his whole like armload of grain and stuff just goes flying, and his buddy next to him a little taken surprise, but then he goes to pull out his pistol.
Don't you do it! I gave you fair warning. Lloyd was my best friend, and you're stealing his property. Get your buddy off the ground and get the hell out of here.
And he holsters his pillow. He holsters.
Back up,
It's the my pillow.
back up, or I'll use it. I got a pillow. I'm not afraid to use it.
Man, all I can think of is
Oh no, it's a pillow fight.
Humpty's pillow.
I got you square, mate.
And if that don't work, I will call you. So help me God.
You heard me wrong. My recognizance was all off.
Hold on. I will come at you.
You
We
know
haven't
that's going in pre-episode, right, Michael?
Pillow talk.
Oh my God.
I don't even know how to recover. I don't even know how to recover. Do y'all smell toast burning?
Ah.
All right, so he holsters his pistol, and he gently sets his stuff down, and he starts walking away, and with his hands up in the air. And you say anything else to him?
Is there a pile of gauze or cotton or something, something there in the store within easy reach?
Well, you're outside the store.
Oh. All right. Well, I open my medicine bag and I toss in like a bundle of gauze. And I say,
Is it used or is it clean?
It's clean.
Okay.
And I toss it to him. I say, this is for your friend. I said, bring him by the stables, and I'll if you wait a second, I'll bandage him up.
Okay. And you feel a hand on your shoulder, and
Heavy hand of the law.
heavy hand, and he says,
Well, I would have been there by now because I was ahead of him.
yeah, you would be there too, Yacker, as Phil's walking up and shoots, and he says, That's mighty fine service of the law, son. He said, why don't you put your rifle down and I'll take it from here, though.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Sheriff. If you don't mind, appreciate your help here. I'll go bandage him up. But I don't need him bleeding out and giving Yaka more work. And so I'll go over and work to bandage the guy's stumpy foot.
Okay. He ain't gonna be dancing anytime soon.
Yeah.
Who's next? We're all staring at each other.
I was just letting that silence go. I was really curious how long that was going to last. I almost said something. No, I'm just going to let it sit.
Yeah, I think silence on a podcast is probably not a great thing. So I'll just keep talking until somebody decides they want to do something.
Well, here I go, bandage your foot up because no one's doing nothing. I'll just have everybody watching me bandage this little foot up.
I'm still looking at Lloyd, making sure it's actually him. I want to double check his clothes, his height, his build.
And I'm going on inside to help out.
Hey, shouldn't
Alright,
Phil
make
do a medical? Shouldn't he do a medical roll?
Hey,
I don't know.
so-
I see
So
100.
I just did. I got a 21 and my heart is a 35.
Oh,
So
Okay. You're able to stop the bleeding. I'm guessing you probably just take a pair of scissors and go ahead and snip that Achilles tendon, right?
it depends because if you pull it out and give it a little stretch and you wrap it around, you can give him a little bit of a pogo stick leg. So there you go.
I don't understand what just happened. What do you mean pull it out and wrap it around?
You got to give it a little tension.
Oh,
like a bunch.
okay.
Yeah, like a bungee cord. I'll call him Hoppy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, with your hard success, you stop the bleeding.
And you saved
Okay.
his dancing career.
He was our best square dancer.
Harold, you can make a spot hidden roll.
Oh, those are always great for me.
He's gonna blow up the store right here.
I'm
He's
gonna get eaten by
back up into a
cats.
stick of dynamite and
No, I'm going to get eaten by
knock
those
the
cats.
whole damn thing.
I don't. Oh my God! Hold on.
Oh,
This is hilarious. So, you know how last time we did that little boon thing where people got to increase one skill,
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled really horribly on my ability to increase that skill. So I increased it from a 50 to a 51,
Mm-hmm.
and
You rolled a 52.
I rolled a 52.
Hey, burn some luck.
Yeah, burn that lot.
You know what? I am gonna burn a luck to finally fucking make a spot hidden roll. It's the first one I've made the whole 12 fucking episodes. I've never made a single spot hidden roll. This is the first one I had to burn luck to do it. And it's just to find out that my friend's dead.
At least you didn't anger a bunch of gophers.
That's true. All right, I'm down one luck.
Yes.
You could try pushing it.
Yes, you.
instead.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's great. Thanks, Rick.
Yes. I mean, you're all but positive, right? Same height, same clothes, same hair. There's just no facial features, but even the shoes.
All right. So I'm gonna go. I said, "Hey, Quentin, can you keep these cats off of poor Lloyd here? I'm gonna go get Yocker so that he can properly take care of Lloyd."
It'll be my pleasure to help you help a friend. Absolutely.
I'm walking in at this point.
Okay.
Now that Phil's done dispersing the crowd.
Okay. Hey, Yocker, this is definitely Lloyd, and he's not looking so good. And them cats really just want to keep gnawing on him. Could you maybe take care of him properly for me, please?
Yeah, I got Henry Stone. He's on his way in.
Well, Henry's walking in with you, helping you get the people out of there. So,
Yeah.
and
Lloyd's gonna step outside, or sorry, Harold's gonna step outside.
Let's let Henry
Alright.
take a look, and then I'll bring him over to Seraphim Falls.
Boy, what's all this blood out here in the
Okay.
street?
Yeah, ask Phil. Got a little trigger happy.
Yeah, I was avoiding these shoplifters. I can't do that to Lloyd's memory.
Was Lloyd? Actually, I asked. Was Lloyd married? Did he have family? We need to inform the people who are next of kin.
Henry looks at you and he says, "And who are you, mister?"
I'm a friend of a friend here with Mr. Harold coming in, just helping a situation here. My name's Quentin Berry, from the East Coast, new to town. Pleasure to meet you, my friend. Always good to meet a man keeping a place straight and orderly.
Welcome to town, Quentin.
I
As far as I know, Lloyd ain't never had nobody come to visit him, and ain't never seen nobody leaving anywhere with him.
Did he live right upstairs here? I'm not sure if he did.
Yep.
That was my recollection.
Oh, okay. So he lived in the building. Do you mind if we take a quick look upstairs? If you want to come with me, the situation. I arrived here very early this morning, and he was completely swamped with his own cats. That's curiously unnatural in a way. I have a strange feeling there could be other evidence upstairs, or I don't know. I just got an odd feeling. Would you accompany me?
And before you do that, I'm wondering, do we see any wounds on him? Any bullet holes or anything that would indicate what's killed him?
Oh, besides shoe marks.
Would you like to make a medical examination of the body, Yaker?
Oh, I know nothing about medical stuff. I'd have to have someone who's more skilled in that area. Maybe Phil could come in.
Actually, I could do that. I got a fantastic first aid. I was
perfect.
in the
Or
war.
Quentin.
Yeah. I'd be an honor to help you, my friend Yaker. I take a look-see over the body. Would a first aid roll do?
That'll do. Or medical, either one.
79. I needed a 75. So not good enough.
I mean, all that you can really see, there doesn't appear to be anything unnatural, like bullet wounds or anything like that. There's just, a lot of missing meat at this point, and a lot of bloody cats around.
Like I said, there's been some strange going-ons in the vicinity recently, and I tell the sheriff, and I said, if we could take a quick look upstairs, there's some very odd things with those creatures descending upon this town. My friends were telling me about that, and other aspects going on.
And I'm gonna just say, Henry, do you think it'd be fine if I take the body to Seraphim Falls now?
I do believe that that's a question for me at the moment, and I'd prefer if all of y'all just hang around the body and keep any of these dead burned cats off of him. I'll accompany Mr. Quentin upstairs, and I'll decide when we move this body out of here.
Do you mind if I tag along? Lloyd was like a brother to me. He didn't have any kin, more of kittens, but we were pretty much best friends. And I think I know what
he knows you, Phil. He knows you're a mountain man.
Yeah.
Phil, make a persuade roll on the sheriff to see what he thinks of your line of bullshit.
We ain't bullshit. We were legitimately best friends. We said it. Oh, God, my 90. My 90.
Yeah, I used to send messages from the mountains back and forth.
Oh, man.
Phil, I think you've done enough in service of this man. I wouldn't want that rifle accidentally going off in close quarters. Why don't you stay maybe outside with the rest of the folks?
I'm happy to do that, sir, but how about if I examine
I'm not
the body?
asking, Phil.
I'm a doctor.
I'm not asking.
I'll go outside.
Thank you.
Is Florence outside?
Florence and Beau went to check on Jason.
Ah, okay.
Oh, y'all did?
We backed away when Phil pulled his gun and then had a little side.
Yeah, I had a sleepless night, worried about how he's doing.
Okay, let's.
And I'm inside with a broom. Whenever a cat comes by, I'm whacking it away gently.
All right, let's cut over to Florence and Beau over at Red's Health Emporium.
And what time of the day is it now? 6 a.m.
Yeah, I would say probably in the early vicinity, right? Maybe around 7. By the time like all this is going on, and we'll say it's been a little bit. Yeah, 7.
Well, there's no way around it. We're gonna be waking Red up. Bang on the door.
Whether we wake him up or not, the feller's either gonna be alive or dead. do you want to, Florence? I don't want to seem too cowardly, but can you take charge of this? I just, if he's dead, I don't know if I'll be able to face it, nor myself.
No
I'll
problem.
I'll sort of just stay in the background while you check things
Yeah, I'll
out.
just check on the situation. Don't worry.
All right, and as you get to Red's Health Emporium, you push on the door and it's not budging at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I mean, I
Red-
meant to knock.
Oh, okay. Well, you knock, and there's no real answer. You can make a listen roll.
Okay.
If you hear cats run away,
I mean, if there's no answer, I will try to bang more loudly and rudely because I'm just realizing I know I'm going to be waking the drunken doctor. Wait, matching is making?
Yeah,
I made it.
you hear some really loud snoring coming from
Oh.
right on the other side of the door.
He done passed out drunk on the blocking the door.
Well, it does seem that way. I'm
But
just going to try to open it.
Yeah, I'll help you. Give him just nice, slow. See if we can push him across the floor just enough to get inside.
Okay, make a strength roll.
Do we both make it, or do one of us make it with advantage?
You can make it with advantage.
Okay.
I think
Go
my
for it,
strength
Beau.
is pretty good. Oh, I closed my character sheet. Let me open that up again. Character sheet. Why did I close my character sheet? I have a good strength. Okay,
I'm glad that you're saying as you tried to open it. That was nice.
Yep, that's a hard success. Like I say, I'm not slamming it open. I'm doing it gently so that I can just sort of push them along the floor.
Yeah.
Sure. So as you open the door and push, he kind of flops over, and you hear a bottle hit the floor and go rolling off, kind of across the wood floorboards, and you keep pushing, and his legs just kind of roll out, and
He's dead
immediately hit with like this smell of whiskey and shit and piss and blood.
Oh God, this don't bode well. If he's in this condition, he can't have been taking care of that poor feller.
Well, let's check on him. Yacker said they completed the procedure. Maybe he's sleeping it off.
Okay.
I mean, Jason.
And so laying on the wooden table in the middle of the room is Jason. And I mean, it's a bloody fucking mess everywhere, right? Dripping off the edge. It's coagulated and kind of dried in most spots, but they never even really took his shirt off. They just kind of ripped it open, and it's laying there on the sides, and it's pretty soaked and heavy. And are you walking in, Beau?
Yeah, now that I know the doc is unconscious, I'm going to walk in.
Okay, why don't you make a POW roll?
Okay. 18, that's got to be good.
Yeah. And you've seen enough bad shit in your life that though you hate to see him like this, it's not sending you off down any paths today. His chest cavity is pretty torn up though, and you've seen enough dead bodies in your life. You're pretty sure he's done.
Well, I'm just going to go over and check his breath and make certain that he's dead.
Yeah, and
grab a little mirror, put the mirror in front of
I was thinking the same
his
thing.
mouth, see if there's any mist.
Nothing's fogging up. And do you touch him?
Yeah.
As you touch him,
Cold.
He's pretty cold.
Oh, Florence, he didn't make it. Do you happen to know where his wife lives?
Nutcracker.
I remember his wife was hollering after I shot him.
I'm sure Florence knows.
Sure.
Generally.
Yeah.
Well, you do me a favor, and I take that pouch full of little gold pieces. I say, will you give this to his poor wife? I'm gonna go have a conversation with the sheriff.
That's a heavy pouch.
Yeah, make sure she gets that there heavy pouch.
Sure, I will, Bo. Oh my goodness. What do you know what you're gonna say to Sheriff Henry?
I'm just gonna speak the truth that I thought you were I thought you were a villainous man. I thought for sure he was the guy that near killed me, and I don't know what state of mind I was in, but he turned out not to be, and now I got to pay whatever price I have to pay.
Well, if it helps at all, I'll speak to your character. The sheriff knows me.
Okay, I may end up in lockup, so I would appreciate any good words you could put in my defense. And then I go off looking for the sheriff. I don't know that he's there, so I'm gonna be looking for the sheriff's office.
Okay. You wouldn't even. Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I'd have Florence point me in the direction of
Yeah.
where the sheriff's office is.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
That's
you would have
that's
heard
me.
You would have heard me tell you that I was bringing the sheriff to
Oh, that's true.
Lloyd's.
Well, I thought we already were at the place before you came over.
Before we went, when you guys started heading to Lloyd's, I told you I was gonna go get the sheriff and bring him to Lloyd's.
Yeah, he left
So you-
Potter's
you and-
place with that intent.
Yeah, you and Florence would have heard me say that.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's head together back to Lloyd's.
Okay.
Who is downstairs at Lloyd's? Did the sheriff go upstairs, or is he?
Yep.
still
Sheriff's
down-
upstairs. Yacker
Yeah.
has a broom.
I'm
shooting cats
downstairs with
away.
a broom sweeping
And
away
Quentin's
the cats.
downstairs too.
Quentin's
Oh,
upstairs.
Quentin's upstairs.
Phil is outside the building.
Hmm.
All right. I'm gonna go inside. And I want to see if I can. I'm curious about those cats. Harold wants to know if those cats have little black boxes in their heads.
I was thinking that.
Oh,
Yep. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. So what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna go in
thinking.
and look at them and
Okay.
see if I can see, like if there's a particularly skinny one. I want to see if there's any like formations at the at the base of their skull or around their neck area that would be about the size and shape of that box. Anything that doesn't look normal. I'm sort of looking at them. My thought is we might have to capture one and do an actual examination.
Hey, Harold,
And
don't.
by examination, he means dissection.
Yeah.
I was on the same track. That's why I was, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess. What do you got that would help you with this observation there?
Well, there's always my my amazing spot hidden.
I was trying not to make you roll that again.
But I think that's gonna be about it.
All right.
Yeah, spot hidden.
So that's the most
Give it-
important skill in the game.
Give it your best spot. His isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good.
Right?
It's more his dice rolling.
Better than
Oh
half.
my fucking god! It's an 87.
Wow.
Jesus.
I think you just need glasses.
That might be.
Harold hasn't invented some special shades yet.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go back to his house and come up with some really cool goggles.
Harold's acute observation in the moment lenses.
Yes.
You keep trying to. It kind of makes sense though. Honestly, your role
Yeah.
as you
Yeah. it does.
every cat you try and get close to, they hiss and then they run and they find a new perch point to kind of get up there and lick their bloody paws and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're not amicable to being touched.
All right. Harold is gonna run back to his house and try to whip up a cat trap. Something with some food in it, and I'm envisioning the sort of live trap that you would like catch a raccoon in, like the wire cage
Yeah,
thing.
have a heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break for, let's call it like 7 minutes,
Mhm.
and then you think about what that trap looks like, and we'll roll on it when we get back.
okay, sounds good. We'll
All right.
take a break. We'll be back in 5. Okay, we're back from a break. Michael, take it away.
I wasn't ready.
You're
Where
the
are
one
we?
who said we should start again.
That's right. Okay. Oh, we're going back to, you're the one who's supposed to start. We're in your little workshop.
Oh right, yeah. So I'm gonna try and make a cat trap. To try and catch one of these cats, and then humanely, without any big fanfare.
Twist its neck.
Yeah.
Roll to see if you break your fingers.
Just pet it softly at first, and then incrementally harder and harder, so it sort of
wow.
sneaks up on him.
So I George it.
Yeah.
So do I get to do a mechanical repair when I make my my trap?
Yep. Here
'Cause
comes that 99.
That is my best skill, and this is the first time that I've used it. So yeah, 99 has got to be it.
You've used mechanical repair before. You
Have
just
I?
lost the tip of your finger.
No.
Yeah.
No, that must have been something else. I've got a 95 with mechanical repair.
Oh.
You
so that's a success.
Spot hidden is how you lost your
Right.
fingertip.
That's right. Yep. It's all
Okay.
spot hidden where I've done horrible
All
things.
right. Well, you take the narrative. Tell us what kind of trap you rig up for the kitty cats.
Yeah, so I think I would make something that looks very similar to what we would see in that live trap. That's it's like fencing almost, but like sort of a wire trap. I guess it would probably be more like the fishing one, where it's more like a tube where they come in one side but then can't get out because it's sort of cone shaped on each end. But make it sort of bigger than the fish ones, and then there's some food in the middle where they get in, but then they can't turn around and get back out. And maybe it's got some sort of a device that then closes it completely after they get in.
Okay.
So I'll make that as quickly as I can, and then what did I do that? So some sort of innuendo and. In what I said, because a few of you are smiling and trying not to giggle.
No, it was in the chat.
Okay. So then I will bring, whenever it's done, I'll bring it over and leave it there. Put some, like I said, put some fish in there or something. Try and capture one of the cats.
Fish? Okay. All right. And
Or a piece of Lloyd, maybe. I don't know.
Oh God. Yeah, Lloyd loved being useful.
He did. He did.
all right. So you head back over with the trap, and in the time it takes him to make it, which would be significant, Quentin, you and Henry are upstairs above it. Y'all can hear them kind of shuffling and stomping around. It's pretty sparse. I mean, you've got a bed, you got a bookshelf with nothing out of the ordinary there, just some works of fiction. And I mean, Lloyd was pretty much ran the general store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking, Quentin, well, I don't say it, so Quentin is looking for anything that's extremely out of the ordinary, as, much like the house we were at out in the suburbs there.
Okay, it's sparse, but I should also say it's sparse, but it's not tidy. There's cat hair everywhere. It reeks of urine.
Okay.
And, places where cats have coughed up hairballs and they've just been left behind. And it's pretty gross, actually, but it's just sparse.
And I look around and I say to the sheriff, Sheriff Henry, what would you look for in this situation like this? A man done in and eaten by his own cats. Do you suspect anything, or perhaps it was something medical and it was just his time to go? I'm looking around and I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Do you? So I ask him if he sees anything as well.
Out of the ordinary? This whole damn town's out of the ordinary. We got people done got their asses abducted by flying beasts of Satan last night.
And well, I do tell him. I said there's some curiosities going outside of town at what was the fellow's name who got done in that where the monster was where we were?
Got done in. Gerald Morinson.
Gerald. I said we were at a Gerald's place.
Why would you say that? You went to such great lengths to hide the fact that you were out there.
I did.
Oh, Jesus.
What the hell's Gerald up to?
The wheels are coming off.
And I said Gerald's up to some curious activities out there. I don't
including bleeding all over the floor.
but
Now we're gonna have to kill the sheriff.
I think it's all connected to the mine you have in town and some of the strange goings on there with well, I look the sheriff right in the eye and I said, with those families that just don't seem to be around.
And he looks back at you and he says, son, just tell me what you're implying. Shoot straight.
Oh, I'm going to tell you that there's some nefarious activities coming from that mine, which I think are corrupting this town. You could feel it. I was coming off the train just a couple of days ago. It seems like 12 weeks, but I've been only here for 2 days. And there was a showdown in town with a fellow who definitely wasn't playing fair. Lives upstairs in Bawdy Bills, I do believe.
Uh-huh. Well, I tell you what, son, you just help yourself on down to that mine. And when you find out every little piece of evidence that you can about what's going on, you just bring it on back to me.
Well, what I'm asking is what you're doing.
Did you just get
What I'm doing?
deputized?
I'm trying to keep the local folk from getting themselves abducted by flying beasts, shot in the streets by hallucinating shotgun-toting visitors.
Well,
Trying to keep some peace around here.
I agree. And so I suggest you need some help. I would be glad to hop on board. A little bit of reconnaissance. I'll give you any information I could find. That would be a huge help. So this town seems to be coming apart at the seams, and any sheriff wouldn't want that to happen and have that on their future record. I'd love to help you keep it together.
And what do you need from me in exchange?
From you, a simple word of that I am in fact working with you, and a deputy badge.
You want a deputy badge?
I do. In this dangerous town, I've seen what's going on. There are people being shot left and right. People torn apart by their cats. You're overwhelmed. I would love to help. And
yeah, I heard that part. You're dumb enough to want a deputy badge, is what you're telling me.
I am indeed.
And make a charm roll.
That's what I'm looking for. 66, and I got a 70.
Okay.
Now 66
says,
is under. I got it. Sorry.
Yeah. It says, well, you're crazy. If you want a badge, you stop by. I'll put a piece of tin on your chest, but you should know that piece of tin ain't nothing but a marker.
That's all I need. Because I appreciate it, Sheriff Henry. I'd be glad to work with you and for you. And if there's anything you need, you just let me know, and I'll do my best to find out.
All right.
Now,
let it be so.
Well, it seems to be uneventful up here. So let's go back downstairs. We have some work to do.
I was just about to say, our first order of action is to leave this piss-smelling swine pit.
So I go downstairs, and the first thing we do is these unfortunate cats who have eaten a person. This is just not going to do. So I grab a pitchfork.
And he just walks through and pulls a bandana up over his nose, and he looks at you and he says, Deputy Quentin, congratulations. You got your first scene. and he just walks out of the store and heads into the street.
All right. Try to shoo the cats into using the pitchfork, poking them, not killing any of them quite yet, into the corner and trying to shoo them into a corner. Is there a closet or something?
I mean, there's all kinds of, there's no real closet to speak of because it's just shelves and barrels and things like that. But there's probably several creative ways to think about the space that if you wanted to try and trap them.
Yep. I just want to shuffle a bunch of them into an area, and if they start fighting back, they get a little poke. And then after doing that, I go behind the counter because any good storekeeper is going to keep a weapon or two back there.
Okay. And yeah, there's a short little sawed-off shotgun, double barrel underneath the counter.
Okay. I take that with the appropriate ammunition and declare it property of the town now that I'm a deputy.
Right.
Along with more dynamite.
Okay. And
I'll yell in, hey, Quentin, is it all right if I come in there? I want to take a look at Lloyd's body.
There's not much to look at, my friend, but come in. And you can call me Deputy Barry from now on.
All right, Quentin. So I'll take a look at the body and do a medicine check.
all right.
17. That's a hard success.
Okay. It could have possibly been, cardiac arrest or something like that would have initially taken him out. But the only evidence that you can see was 17. 17 is probably hard, huh?
No, it is. It's a hard success. Yeah, I'm actually 3 points away from an extreme success. So I'm happy to burn that luck if it might make a difference.
Sure, burn that luck. I love it when you burn a little luck. Go for it, Phil.
There might be something supernatural.
But he's taunting me to burn it, and it's not going to be good.
It's because he doesn't want you to burn it. It's
I'll
reverse
burn- all right.
psychology.
I will burn 3 luck.
Oh, extreme success. Well, in that case, you start to look around and you're not only kind of examining the body, but you're examining the space around you. And you ask Yaker, you say, Yaker, where did you get that broom? And Yaker replies that I got it out of his hands. And you start to look at the broom, and the bristles are broken and shredded in ways that looks like it was used as possibly a weapon. And as you look around kind of the area, stuff is knocked off. Like you're starting to see where stuff was knocked off, and it was possibly due to looters, but from where Lloyd went down, there's definitely a circle of items that are knocked over away from the body, like he was in a circle spinning around trying to keep something off of him. And when you examine the body, you start to realize that there was definitely a struggle, and he was trying to it looks like he went down trying to maybe fend off these cats. And with your extra extreme success, you start to look at this one cat that's limping kind of funny, and you piece together where it might have been thrown against a wall. There's like a little kind of bloody splotch and a spray of blood where it looks like he probably tossed this cat off of him and it went hitting against the wall. So you're pretty sure at this point that Lloyd was attacked, mauled, and eaten by his cats.
Wow, that was worth the luck burn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Deputy, excuse me, Quentin. So I gotta tell you, I'm looking over this body, and at first glance, I think a simple medical mind would just assume this was cardiac arrest. but you're dealing with old Phil Dana here. I don't know if you know, I was trained out east, but this man was taxed, mauled. Looks like he got himself into a fisticuffs and threw a couple.
That's my favorite. My favorite Disney movie.
Threw one right. Threw one right there against the wall. I don't. You see that impression? A little bit of blood splatter there, and I'll go up to it and examine it. And very like Sherlock Holmes way, I go, and this is where he got away. And I'll see if I can trace where the blood went and which cat is the limping cat.
I said, interesting. So I go back over to the cats and I look at the cats and I see if there's anything unnatural about the cats, any markings or anything, curiosities like in their eyes, anything a little bit different. Or are their eyes similar to because I did see the animals underneath Gerald's house. Are there any similarities of these cats to those animals?
Make a spot hidden. This would require an extreme success.
I got a normal success.
Okay. And you're trying to think back to that basement, and you're kind of flooded with all sorts of other visions.
Absolutely.
That interfere with your ability to remember. Looking at these cats' eyes, you're trying to think about cats that you've maybe seen in your life and compare if there's anything different, and they just seem extra agitated to you.
Okay.
Had you been in Lloyd's before?
I don't think I have actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, I have.
So do I have the sense that, or I'll even ask, would it be helpful if we caught one of the cats?
Harold's on his way back. We'll let Harold come on back with the trap at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I made a little trap to catch one of these here cats and see if we can figure out if they got one of them wacky boxes in their heads.
All right. Let me know if you need any help getting it set up.
Harold, you have a kind heart. If we can't catch one in there, we'll definitely get one. And so bring them back. Bring your box back here. We have a bunch of the cats corralled in. It should make it a lot easier for you to snag one.
Okay. I will go and place it in the room.
And
what's the bait?
Yeah, what's the bait?
Well, I think it'd probably be some sort of fishy kind of thing.
Are you kidding? There's one answer to this.
A piece of Lloyd?
Yes.
Well, that was one of the options. That feels a little bad to Harold.
You think it would be in poor taste?
I think it might be a little poor taste. Maybe a little bit.
Actually, the cats think it's an excellent taste.
Oh.
Phil, are you arguing that you should put a piece of Lloyd in the trap?
Actually, I want to interject at this point, Harold. I actually oddly agree with Phil that we should use a piece of Lloyd. It's macabre, it's dark, but if the cats don't go for it, then we know that something sinister was forcing them to attack and eat him. At this point, they have a natural mindset. They might not want to eat the meat that is placed there of Lloyd.
Well, you have a high opinion of cats.
And I suppose it would weed out any cats who weren't particularly vicious. Maybe there are some of them here who didn't partake in the eating of Lloyd.
There you go. I was going to say, and that would be the ones, if there is curious box that we saw at Gerald's in one of these creatures, and it's controlling it, I don't think it would miss a beat in going to devour a piece of Lloyd.
All right. Are there pieces of Lloyd laying around?
I think it's more than.
Oh, yeah, go right to the source.
Lloyd's still here? I thought y'all took him away.
No, Lloyd's still here.
No, the sheriff asked me to hold off and taking him away. So now that the sheriff's gone, I was about to get him over to Seraphim Falls so we can get him in turn.
Well, is there a piece that's already detached from Lloyd?
Let's see how lucky you are.
Oh dear. Why is it me who's
And
rolling
Florence,
this luck
we'll
roll?
cut over to you in just a second too.
A nice kidney.
Oh, holy shit! I actually rolled well. Yeah, that's definitely a success.
Yeah, so what part of the body would you like laying on the floor?
I would prefer it to be an unidentifiable part. I think that would
I
be
was
easier
thinking-
for Harold.
Because I was thinking the tongue would be pretty good. Like, like one of them got chewed off and dropped the part of the tongue just on the floor.
I don't know if I'd call that good. But if that's your preference, if that is the one easily accessible part, then yes, I will grab that and put it in the
I say,
bait
Harold,
receptacle.
you seem to be put off by this whole concept. I will be gladly to step in. I know it was your friend, so I will be the one to put the bait in if it's not making you feel correct.
No, it's for science.
Oh, I was waiting for
I
one
can
of
get
Phil's
this.
puns about a cat having a tongue. Come on, Phil. Was it too easy?
Yeah.
Too easy.
So, a little bit of Lloyd tongue will go in the bait receptacle
Oh gosh.
in the feline containment unit
Okay.
and research vessel.
Okay. And then I assume you just put it over by the cats. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, just put it somewhere, sort of, in an open sort of space and away from us, where they're less intimidated. That
Okay.
gives Yaker room to take poor Lloyd out.
Okay. All right. Should we cut over to Florence for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to mention to Harold that once you do catch a cat, I suggest besides looking for the box inside of it before doing that, do a test on it to put some the lamava nearby and see how the cat reacts to the material and how the material reacts to the cat. They may be connected somehow.
Okay, this is once we've got a cat in the containment device, is what you're saying.
Oh, we'll get a cat.
Yeah. Okay.
At this point, I'm thinking, I'm just gonna step to the side. It's a general store, and I say, Harold, I have a more primitive idea, and I dump over some brooms and take a barrel, and you flip over the barrel and you put it over a cat.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Yep.
But to kill a cat with a barrel.
No, you flip it over. So you're
So he's running around with a heavy barrel,
well.
trying to put it
What is
over the
It's like an
top.
80-pound wooden barrel.
Stayed still for you to put a barrel on top of
A
it.
general store would have all types of barrels.
Playing, what is it? 3-cat Monty. Right.
This might be one of those issues that. Sure. So, are you going to try and put a barrel over a cat, Quentin?
Yeah, a small barrel
Okay.
to help
Make
out.
a dex roll.
Ooh, 87. I missed it.
Yes.
Like I said,
it's very
killing a cat.
bulky, and the cat's very quick. Yeah.
All right.
If we catch one, we can use ether to knock it out.
Mhm.
Great idea, actually.
So you're going to use Ethel?
I think
As long as Ethel has ether.
you can use cats for blood transfusions too.
Yeah, I hear that works well. We could replace some of Yaker's blood with feline blood.
Or milk.
My arm doesn't feel too good.
Mad carnivorous cat blood. What could go wrong? All right, Florence, what are you doing?
Well, Florence and Beau were both heading back to the words shop store. I'm sorry.
You sprung a leak.
I did a little bit. Florence, just because she'd still like to know what's going on, and Beau, because he's looking for the sheriff. Have the crowds dispersed at this point?
Yeah. I mean, between Phil shooting the guy and the sheriff getting there, and they've kind of shooed everybody off. So really, it's just your crew at the crime scene now.
So I walk in, I see Quentin running around with a barrel,
Yep.
Harold messing with a cage.
He's got a tongue in his hand, probably.
Philip's bloody again.
And Yonkers, Yonkers,
I mean,
Again.
from the,
Yonkers whacking
examining the
away
body.
cats with a broom.
And
Yeah,
okay,
that's exactly what you walk into.
It's like a Marx Brothers movie.
does anyone look calm? Does anyone look
Phil was
lucid?
Phil was doing a great examination of the scene, so he's keyed in Sherlock Holmes like on the environment. So yeah.
Okay, shouldn't have said bloody. You probably didn't get too bloody examining.
No,
the
not too
body.
bloody this time.
Okay.
Well, he might have patching up the guy's foot that he shot off, but
Yep,
Oh,
that's what I
yeah.
was
That's a
thinking.
fair point.
Yeah.
Harold's pretty calm.
Okay. Well, taking in the scene, Florence is going to approach Phil and just say, what's been happening here?
Well, you see here, Florence, and I lift up the monocle I now have. And I go, Lloyd here. He ran afoul of some felines. And,
I do see that.
yeah, it looks here to the untrained eye as if he died of natural causes. When he died of very unnatural causes, matter of fact, he died of an acute case of cat overload. And they mauled and chewed him to death, and he was in a vicious battle. He tossed one against the wall. There's a little cat outline with the tail and the pointy ears, and a little bit of blood. And that's Limpy, the one he tossed, who's over there that they're trying to catch right now. And they proceeded to eat and devour him.
That
That's
is disturbing.
That's the case of old Lloyd.
Did you know that Harold and Quentin and I were also attacked by some strangely violent animals?
No.
They were gophers. Were they gophers?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were gophers. You're telling me. I don't know why you're
Yeah.
asking me the question.
I'm not. I don't know why I'm asking you. I guess I've tried to block it out.
Well, you know that the entire town was attacked by these nefarious, gigantic bat creatures, right?
I guess I did hear that.
What's all this? Is it all tied to this Lamava? These animals all seem abnormal. It's all tied to these caves. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
I'm really
well-
just having a metaphysical discussion with you, Florence. I don't need you to suss out the entire plot of the entire, campaign.
Recap the whole. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
realizing in retrospect that I wish we could have spent a little more time with the animals in the basement.
I
at
wish we could have all
Gerald's.
spent more time together, but we don't do that in this group.
Yeah, because
Well,
I
now-
would be very interested in knowing if those animals were as crazy and irrational as.
Well, I think we could safely go back to, you guys can safely go back to his house because no one will go out there for weeks. What reason would they have to go out there? It's not like someone told them there was a
Yeah.
big mix up out there, or,
Exactly, because that would really be a poor move to, tip off the sheriff that something
Yeah.
hinky might have gone on out there.
So yeah, I think we're all perfectly.
I was
safe
going to say,
to
we're
head back there.
I'm the deputy, so I'm going to go investigate.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's an excellent.
Quentin, you are what?
Please note that he is a deputy with with a bunch of dynamite strapped to his chest at this point. So I don't think anyone's house is surviving this encounter with Quentin.
I'm working under the jurisdiction of Sheriff Henry, and helping him out figure this out. So he's not going to be going out to Gerald's anytime soon. We are.
Well, I guess that is quite a relief, in all honesty.
I'll make sure I give him the correct report of what happened.
Oh dear.
And I'm gonna say I'm gonna go over to Beau and say, hey Beau, maybe we can ask Quentin to inspect or to maybe help out with what happened with you. How's what's his name?
Oh my goodness.
What's the guy's name? John.
Jason
Jason.
Dudley
Jason.
has
How's that?
passed.
Yeah, we just come from there. He did
No.
not make it.
Think I could get my blood back?
I said, did you have
Uh,
a shootout with him?
I thought he was armed, but no, when the dust settled, he didn't have a weapon on
Did
him.
you have a bit of a shootout with him?
Yes,
Thank
that is what happened. Yeah.
It's happens. A lot of people have too much alcohol, come out of that saloon, and their pistols or rifles are wagging all over the place. And any honest man like you, Beau, can.
Well, that's the thing, Quentin. I am an honest man, and I can't stand. His wife was there. I can't stand up against his wife and claim this feller was gunning for me. I just can't do that in good conscience. So
And I say, well, I said the thing you got to keep be honest about here, Beau, is you read that book, and just like it's happened to others of us, your mind got all extrapolated by it, right? You
yeah,
don't
no,
even remember what happened, and you thought he was someone else, and you were seeing hallucinations.
but that don't matter. I don't think they invented the, not guilty by reason of insanity plea yet. It's just I done what I done, and
I do think it was a pretty loose version of Stand Your Ground, though. It's basically one big Florida.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
the poet, Pete the poet, killed
Sheriff-
somebody, but he
Yep.
was being
A lot
shot
of-
at the time.
Oh, Sheriff Henry has an awful lot going on. I believe this one. You could probably even tell him right to his face if he came over and asked what happened. He has too much going on to even be interested. He has so many. The first thing he was thinking about was all the citizens being whisked away by these winged creatures. A little altercation in the street
Yep.
wouldn't even make him bat an eyelash.
Well, except that he mentioned it right after he talked about those winged creatures. He said, hallucinating strangers gunning down locals in the street.
Yeah,
Not that I was here when he said that, but I imagine that's something he, would
It
be in
sounds
character for him to say.
It sounds awfully familiar to me too.
I'm pretty sure if you steer clear of Sheriff Henry and don't remind
Okay, well, yeah, I agree. There's plenty of time for me to turn myself in. I could be of more use trying to solve what's going on, and it's potentially a danger to every living soul in this town.
yeah,
And I can't do that from behind bars.
that's right.
So I'll lay low, and once we get this all sorted out, if I don't run into him first, I'll turn myself in.
Or you can get deputized. It works great.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Is he just giving away 10 stars to anyone who asks for one?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Depends on their role.
I can say, yeah, Sheriff, I'm good at gunning people down. Give me one of them there badges.
At this point, he might actually agree with you because I think he's under a little bit of duress and stress.
Well, I don't want to risk it. Like I say, I'll just lay low for a while, help you all out, and I can sort out the mess I got myself into later.
All right, fair enough.
So we go into the Gerald's house as of one big group finally.
I was going to say, do we have actually everyone together? Because I know that's where Harold wants to get going to.
Well,
I mean,
the one other thing that I was going to say is just, and we can do this sort of quickly and come back, but I need help getting the body over to Seraphim Falls to bring to my uncle.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
And,
Okay.
I have to stop by to visit Sheriff Lloyd to get my nice badge and hopefully a nice hat.
And I'll try and catch a cat, and when I get one, I'll bring
I
it back
got
to my
one.
place. Yeah, you got one.
Knocker caught one.
Did you
Are
stick your tongue
you-
out?
Trying to get me to, like, he's putting her ass right in my face. It's awful. Cats are
Can
so
Florence just
disgusting.
chime in for 1 second while we're all discussing our plans?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know we're all trying to stick together and I don't want to throw a wrench in the works, but I do have to visit my sister today. It's very important for her well-being And I usually go in the morning, but I could take the 12 o'clock train if that's better, as long as we can be back from the house by 12. Otherwise, you might have to go without me.
And that would be, well, I guess you could gallop. Y'all walked last time. You could haul butt on a horse.
Well, even if we like trotted, I mean, it's going to be significantly faster than walking. How far was it? I
Usually
mean,
take-
if I just set up something impossible here, the train can be at 1 or at 2 or whatever.
Um,
Wasn't
see
it like
what
three
we've got.
3 miles or something like that?
No,
It
it's
was-
quite a distance.
Was it?
yeah, it was like a
Mhm.
2.5 hour
Dagwood.
walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's talking about she's talking about can she get to Gerald's and then get back and make the 1 o'clock train.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, I think if we go to Gerald's, we're not coming back.
Yeah, you might have to worry about your sister.
Well, Florence, it sounds like there ain't going to be much left of Gerald's place once we're done. So you might as well go see your sister.
Well, in that case, maybe I'll just take my usual 8 a.m. train, 9 a.m. train. What time is it?
Oh, Florence takes the morning
Yeah.
train.
Do. Yeah, it's probably at this point we've made some contraptions and stuff. We're probably pushing around 9 o'clock, probably after 8 sometime.
Oh, damn it. So the 10 o'clock train. Okay, whatever.
No. You could make the 9 o'clock train.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's like after 8.
Okay.
As y'all are coming out of Yonkers Seraphim Falls after having transported the body over there, are you, Harold, are you with them? Are you waiting with the trap? Are you like letting the trap just be, or are you?
Yeah, I'm stepping back. I'm letting the trap be and hoping that I catch a cat before we leave. If not, I'm going to leave the trap there and then come back later to get it. But I'd really rather have a cat in it and at my place before we leave.
Okay, make a luck roll.
Oh dear. Chances of me making 2 of these in one episode.
You've made like one roll in 3
Oh my
episodes.
god. Fortunately, it's not critical, but it's close. It's a 93.
Wow.
I was like about to like, I had this vision of the cats attacking you. You're
Right?
all alone in the shop.
Of course. Yeah. I am armed,
Yeah.
but
He's not alone.
Um,
I'm still there with him.
Oh, you are, Phil?
basically alone.
Oh,
Wait, when did the rest of us leave?
y'all went with Yaker to carry the body.
No,
to
I
Seraphim's.
did. I was the only one
Oh.
that did that.
Oh, only you.
I
Yeah.
went to Sheriff Henry's to get my badge.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought Florence went to the train to see her sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's up to
Um,
you. That's whenever you
Alright.
think
I
you
just
would
didn't
go.
know that we were out of the conversation where we were all saying, I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Fair.
I would not
Yeah,
have
y'all
gone to
don't-
the
y'all
train
don't have
quite
to-
yet.
Yeah, y'all don't have to be out of that conversation.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah,
I,
I was
just need to give somebody something before you go to the house. So I'm not on the train yet.
Okay.
and so I was just gonna say, as
Well,
you're,
I'll take whatever. I mean, I give you something. I trust you. I'll take whatever you want me to hold on to.
Okay, I was just okay. Yeah.
Who do you trust most?
I just want to run back to my shop and get this book. Maybe I'll run to the shop while you're running to Seraphim Falls.
Oh, if it's a book, I don't
whatever.
want nothing to do with it.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
don't give Bo a book.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Suppose.
and there's a horse that runs through town, and leaflets of paper go everywhere. I'll read kind of
Hmm.
the Bloodstone expose for the evening
Mm.
or the day. But also with that sweet little roll of yours, Harold, as you're trying to catch these cats, they all start hissing at you, and you think about Phil's story of Lloyd being attacked by the cats and his explanation, and you start to get pretty nervous. that yeah, they might think with Lloyd's body gone that you might be a good meal next.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna. So, Phil, are you there? Are you actually there?
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
here.
we haven't split
Oh,
up
we still
yet.
haven't left yet.
Well,
Oh, okay.
We're still
I'm
in.
still in
okay.
the same.
Yep. I am gonna back away just a little bit though, so that I'm not the first in line. if they
Are you going to back behind Phil? Just a few
just a
steps
little bit.
behind Phil.
Yep, exactly. As
Hey,
if there were a bear
Do you
attacking.
tell me? Do you tell me this?
No.
I'm looking at
Nope. I just slowly back away a little bit.
Philip Donner getting eaten. How fitting.
And as soon as we get back, I'm gonna check with Harold to see if the trap has worked yet or not.
Okay. And it hasn't. He's just waiting. The cats have just been really aggressive, but he's hopeful because they're around the trap, but he's getting the feeling that probably waiting in the room is causing more problems than it's helping.
So I know I messed our timeline up by saying we were gone and then not gone and whatever, but if I ran to get this book and came back, then I could have the book and I could also have picked up a newspaper on the way.
Sounds
helps.
great.
Okay.
And we can close with the newspaper.
Let me pass off the book so I don't forget,
Okay. Who are you giving
because
the
then
book
I'm
to?
just going to go to the train station.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pull out this book that I examined last night and open it to one of the pages with the picture of the strange box and the lightning and the various creatures. I'd like to show it to Harold and say, if you could look for something like this when you're at Gerald's. I don't know what this is. I couldn't decipher the writing, but this was one of the books one of his journals that I took from the basement. And there are pictures of this same device over and over throughout the books.
Okay. Harold is very interested in that and will really try and commit that to memory and maybe even not bring the book so that it can stay safe, but I'll leave it in my place. But I'm going to try and commit it to memory and even maybe make some sketches to bring with.
Doesn't Harold have some sort of primitive, xerography device?
Early mimeograph.
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
However, I can make a duplicate that
They
is
must
most
have had carbon
accurate.
paper then. Carbon paper was pretty easy to make.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you'd have to, it would take hours to do though.
Well, whatever would be easiest for me to commit this to memory and maybe even put some details down on paper.
Yeah,
just
make
quickly.
an intelligence roll to see how well you remember it.
You're doing this while we have the carnivorous cat in front of us?
No, probably after stepping out of the building, I would do that.
Oh, so you're out of the building.
No, not
completely?
yet.
Okay.
I'm just rolling this in advance so that we don't have to take up time with it. And it's a hard success, Michael.
Okay.
So
So
you need to see if Quentin left any dynamite in the store. You can never have too
And
much
it's not like-
dynamite.
yeah, and it's not like Harold has to search through the book because Florence has marked the pages he needs to look at. And yeah, I mean, they're drawings of things that you have a good mind for, so it's pretty easy for you to commit them to memory.
Mhm. Okay.
There's one of two ways we can do this. We just have a few minutes left. I can read the newspaper article, or we can save that for the opening next session. If there's anything y'all want to wrap up this evening.
Only last thing is when I get to Sheriff Henry's, I said there's I like to trade in. This was Lloyd's shotgun. If I could trade it in for a better rifle,
And Sheriff Henry's not there.
then I trade in the shotgun for a better rifle.
All right. And you go to kind of put the sawed off shotgun in the cabinet, and it's kind of like a small comedic moment where it doesn't really stand up well. So you just lay it down and you grab a rifle.
Perfect. And any good sheriff's place has ammunition around for it. And so stock up on some good ammunition and that. And and take a quick peek around and see if the sheriff has been doing his job. Does it look like he is loitering and just loafing about, or does it look like his desk has been used and there's papers around? Just seeing if it's active at all, and anything curiously. I just wanted to see if there's anything nefarious, like if he's implicated in something odd. I'm using my spy eyes. Let's just say.
Make a spot hidden spy eye.
Okay, and suppose I'm very skilled in that, but my role, I'm not that great in it. As a spy. Oh man, a 1. I
Are
rolled
you flipping
one.
serious?
A 0, 0, and an orange 1. Holy crap. A 1.
You know, Harold, I think that they take all of your dice luck. Like they just drain it.
Yeah, that must be.
That's the second one tonight.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
All right. So there's you give this a really good look over, and there's some wanted posters up on the wall, and of course the ammunition stuff that you found, and you're pulling open. He's got a desk. You pull open the drawers, and as you pull open one, you notice a wad of paper that falls out the back of the bottom and it lands on the floor. And just a general assessment of the area before we get to that is that it doesn't really look like he's loitering. There's no like sign of him drinking or anything in here. There's a couple of cells, but they're empty at the moment. And everything for the most part looks pretty neat and tidy, and nothing to make you too suspicious, except that on the piece of paper is it's a wanted poster, and it says wanted Bobby McGlynn for cold-blooded murder, $100 reward. And you really look at this poster and you look at it, and the sketch of Bobby McGlynn looks an awful lot like Henry Stone.
Oh,
Wait, who's Henry Stone?
the
He's-
sheriff.
The sheriff.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I take that paper, I flatten it out. I'm going to go over to Harold's xerography machine and make a copy of it. So I fold it up and I put it into my my breast pocket, and I said, interesting, very interesting. And I said, this looks like I say to myself, looks like the sheriff will be working for us very soon.
And that's a perfect place to close for the night.
That is a perfect place to close for the night. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Until then, you can find us on our website, which is underthelibrary.com, or on Twitter at underthelib. So for me, for Michael, for Rick, Wayne, Emily, Scott, and Chris, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time under the library. Have a good night.
That dirty dog sheriff.
Hey, great ending.
Wow. Yeah, that's very good.
I don't know if you improv all that, but that was like super fantastic.
No, the name came out earlier. He misspoke and called the
Recording
sheriff
stopped.
that name. Because I remember for some reason the song popped into my head, me and Bobby McGinn.
But the name came up in our game?